Good evening. Welcome to the Clinton Township August 18th meeting. Stand for the pledge of allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Trustee Hannon?
Here.
Trustee Cook?
Yes.
Trustee Jesperger?
Present.
Administrator Medley?
Here.
Fire Chief?
Here.
Police Chief?
Here.
Code?
Here.
Public Works? And Deborah?
Here.
Our next meeting is September 1st at 3820 Cleveland Avenue at 6 o'clock. Does anybody have any agenda items they need to add to this thing? Any agenda with flexibility agenda?
Yeah, well, we do need to approve of additional minutes, so
Well,
I
we
guess
can look at that.
the second,
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine. Public comments? Fiscal officer.
I sent out some financial reports. Not sure if you guys still want to receive everything I sent, but you can just let me know.
Yeah.
But we had a beginning balance on July 1st of $12,292,494. There were $442,269.90 in deposits and $570,974.07 in payments, leaving an ending balance on July 31st of $12,163,789.83.
Okay, thank you. Approval of the July 21 minutes.
Second.
Trustee Hannon?
Yes.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Jesperger?
Abstain.
Approval of July fiscal report.
That's what I just did.
What's that?
Oh, so we need to vote on it as well? Okay. Trustee Hannon?
Yes.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Jesperger?
Abstain. And then we approved the August 6th.
Yep. Approval of the August 6th minutes.
Second.
Trustee Hannon?
Yes.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Jesperger?
Yes.
Committee team reports, the chat.
So for July, the three produce markets, we distributed about 20,000 pounds of food to 1,017 individuals. Our next produce market is the 28th, 4 to 6 p.m., 3820 Cleveland Avenue. The chat also held a free women's self-defense class on the 22nd at 3820 Cleveland Avenue. And our next event will be here at this location on September 4th. It's family movie night with the movie starting at 6 p.m.
What is the movie?
We have to pick that down.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that for the movie night?
September 4th, 6 p.m. here, 999 Chambers Road.
And to be determined
Yeah.
for the movie, okay, because I won't be back till middle of next week, and then I can push it out and post it. Okay.
Beautification work group.
Been making some updates on that and reaching out to all of the participants to have them send more pictures in as the summer progresses. As we all know, things change in your yard and garden, so I got a lot of people that have a lot of really neat things going on, so I asked them to send them some recent pictures before the end of the month.
Okay.
We also just did the litter sweep to beautify, and also we are working with the Hannah Lincoln High School Fab Lab to get new 3D printed stakes and, yeah. So we can get those, no, for the beautification.
Oh, got it,
It's,
for the winter.
You got it.
Yeah, I finally found someone who could make them
Oh, yeah.
wax, could pour them and do them. It's a die cast light. But to get 12 markers and 50-year markers with posts is $8,500. So Tiffany brought up about do we use the 3D printer.
So they're just back in school this week, so we'll be getting some quotes and seeing what they can do.
Hard plastic?
Yeah, they would do like a hard plastic, maybe something much more durable that wouldn't kind of fade over time, the color, and way cheaper.
Okay.
Way cheaper than the $8,500.
Thanks for finding that out.
So, yeah.
The America 250 work group.
So, we have been, I've been gathering a bunch of different people and stories, and we will be, I'll be ramping up my interviewing of long-term residents that are around here. And we'll be shooting for like a November date, but I have a lot of people that are, really reaching out and bringing me information, to
We have a
figure out
couple
the
new
history.
residents we just do.
Oh, yeah, so we're doing a living history night. So we are designated America 250 city, and so you have to do a project, and then, an event. And so our event that we decided is like a living history where we'll have some older residents or people that've been here for a long time that are comfortable speaking, they can speak, but then the ones that aren't as comfortable or that just don't want to, I will go and interview them and kind of get their stories, make a montage. We're doing some research down at the Ohio History Center, really trying to tie in the Cell Circus as well for this side of the township. So it should be really fun. So
Yeah.
now
I
that
had the
that's-
opportunity also to promote that event at the Ohio State Fair. I got the opportunity to volunteer at the America 250 booth in the Lashley building. So it was electrifying, of course. A lot of great activities for the kids, a lot of cool swag, a lot of picture opportunities. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to be able to be a part of that type of event, and just being at the fair, it was awesome. Anybody else get the chance to go to the fair this year? It
I
was
did on the
it was
last fair.
really nice.
First time I've ever been, usually.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really nice. They did a lot of upgrades.
And I did handed out the awards at the Market Goat Showmanship Judging, which is near and dear to my heart as a former 4-H'er and goat shower. I got a really lovely letter from the Ohio
Really
Township
nice.
Association thanking me for volunteering, so it's something that we should like.
Is that the fair you cut the ribbon for?
No, that was Franklin County Fair, and I did not cut the ribbon. I sat there and I raised my hand and waved, and my daughter laughed at me because I thought I was going to cut the ribbon, and I really just got announced. But no, this one you go. They ask for any kind of township employee or elected official to come and hand out the awards to the 4-H'ers. So, and there's all different things you can sign up for. So I thought it was really great, and it gets Clinton Township out there. So.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Budget review.
So I am back from my 8-week leave. So right now I'm looking to schedule one last budget work group for October. So I will get with leadership and we will figure out a date and time.
The 27 budget was put together by department heads and Kathy. We did get that submitted to Carrie Ritchie ahead of the deadline with the county. I haven't heard anything back if there's any issues with
Great. And there's nothing new to report on the Chambers Road work. Morgan to be Girl Scout meetings in the area, crazy busy with camps and stuff, so I couldn't get it. Okay, administration?
I've heard, I handed in my monthly report to the board. Been working on developing a position to help with the fiscal office and administration. I've sent that over for legal review, but they've been busy here lately, so next couple of weeks I should be able to get with them to see if they have any issues with that position before we push it out. So we've already got the 27 budget submitted to the county, working with Kathy and the other department heads. We talked about the quote for $8,500 for the markers for the beautifications, which we'll try to go a different route. Been working on the roof with the leaks. I've reached out again with the Square Construction Company and getting nowhere with them. I did finally reached out to another attorney firm and give them some information. Have not heard back from them yet. I did contact another roof company to see if they come out and look at some of the issues we've got going on right now. Waiting to hear back from them also. Worked on reviewing our zoning changes with Jamie Gentry and Julie, our attorney. Needs additional work before we push it to the county to help with our economic development. Contacted Schubert Tennis about the projects over here getting the pickleball courts done. They said they wanted to wait till August 1st of September to start that once the kids are in school. That was all under administration. As far as the public works part of it, I attended some meetings, some meetings, and a lot of calls about projects in the township. A lot. And that's all I have in my report.
Yeah, that new letter came out, for the Cook Road residents, and my email blew up. So I had to chat with the trustee that, Brad would send us that, his slideshow. Does anybody, I'll follow up with him.
I got Brad's slideshow.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yes, I got it.
Could you send it to the board so everybody can see?
Do what now?
Could you send it to us so we could have a copy of that?
Mhm.
One, there was a great, and I'd love to show it maybe at our next meeting when we're over there, but that fun, video.
Mm-hmm.
But also it had all the different projects, and the one that was most concerning to people on my road was the Cook Road
Mm-hmm.
expansion project, which is not until 2031, so I told them to chill. One woman said, "Oh, I'll be gone." So.
Yeah, we'll put all of those resources on our township improvement page as well.
Perfect. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, great. I can direct them there then. Okay. But I would like to show that video was super fun. It was just like the Cleveland Avenue project, and he had it like a split screen, so you could see like it now and like what it was, and then it kind of like melded into it, and it was set to Tom Petty.
He had to take the audio out.
So, oh, we did. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, to
Yeah.
get on our thing. Oh, that's okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's fine. The next item I have is discuss the coalition against bigger trucks, a letter of support. It seems like they've already reached out to 2 trustees. Got some letters, but they reached out to me and wanting 4 letters sent out. So if the board would approve supporting the coalition against the bigger trucks, we can sign the letter as a board. And what this is, they're wanting to, the semi trucks pull doubles, they want to add 5 feet to them trailers, make them 5 foot longer. They go from 80,000 pounds to 91,000 pounds. And they have statistics of how many more crashes it would look at. 47% higher crash rate at that change in weight. And then there's a list of people who do not want this to happen.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of this, Jess?
They're saying that there's a 47% increase in accidents.
There would be a 47% increase in crash rate. It's increasing that 11,000 pounds.
And most of the, because I did some research on this, like a lot of the bridges and things, they would just like demolish. I mean, and roads, the wear and tear on
The
roads.
township covers
it's
the cost
kind
of the roads and
Yeah,
trucks
kind of
tear
a
them up.
disaster. So, even
Nope.
at 80,000, I think. No.
That was one of the topics that I was able to, when I was in DC, to lobby kind of stuff. Talk to all the reps from Ohio that run those committees. Gave them all this information.
Yeah, so when there's a detour or something, you know, a truck, large truck come down through our residential areas, which these roads are not made for the 80,000-pound rating, you'll have 91,000 pounds. Then there is talk about people pushing it to 97,000.
I would move that we would sign that letter.
Second.
Trustee Jesberger,
Yes.
trustee Clark,
Yes.
trustee Ham.
Yes.
Tiffany made the motion.
Yep.
Okay.
Next, I have a letter of support for the City of Columbus and Swaco's grant application for ending waste food award. This is something that's been pushed out a little bit, and this is to, they're just asking for the grant right at the moment. But if they receive the grant, they'll push out information to residents how to prepare food, keep food longer, what's the difference between bad food, good food, and it'll just be educational, is what it will be. And our area is a high area for that to happen in, so that's why they reached out to us and let us support for this grant.
What city agency is it? Or is it the mayor's office?
It just says City of Columbus and Swaco. Waste Prevention Project. It's Columbus in Central Ohio, so you probably have to stay.
I move that we support the project.
Trustee Jesberger,
Abstain.
trustee Clark,
Yes.
trustee Ham.
Yes.
And that is all I have.
It's not, I'd like to report to the board, real quick. Under responses, we had 88 fire and EMS incidents occurred in Clinton Township. Automatic response partners dispatched 108 vehicles to assist us with those. Engine 61 responded to 237 incidents. Medic 61 responded to 330 incidents. Under training, personnel logged multiple hours of training on various EMS and fire-related topics. OSU presented responding to sexual assault classes on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. Live fire training occurred with Washington Township on the 29th. OSU medical residents had 36 hours of ride-along time on Medic 61. And Columbus State and Grant paramedic students had multiple days of clinical hours. The fire safety inspector conducted 58 inspections. A vacate order was given to a business on Westfield Road due to unsafe building conditions. The Franklin County Prosecutor's Office was notified, and the safe building department was also notified. He also assisted the City of Gravy Heights with business updates for Gen purposes. The EMS coordinator reviewed 219 EMS reports for QA/QI, conducted 8 individual run reviews, 1 review with ER staff, and continued working with MediCount to correct EMS issues, billing issues, continued ordering and stocking EMS supplies, scheduled free continuing education for August, and responded to several EMS incidents. Under community risk reduction and outreach, the Franklin County Public Health Child Adult Immunization Clinic was on the 14th. We assisted with the free produce markets. On the 10th and 24th, the OSU Clinton Free Health Clinic was on the 16th. The women's self-defense class was on the 22nd. And we assisted with the Bittersweet on the 25th. And the crews also participated in the Northland area 4th of July parade. Any questions on next OSU Free Health Clinic will be this Thursday, August 20th, from 6 to 8 p.m. 3823 Avenue. That's all we have.
Do you get much luck with more people coming, or is it about the same number of?
It's been increasing the last couple of months, so we've been around 10 to 12. We're trying to go out the same day to advertise. I actually have nurses and even the MD that runs the clinic for us will come in and actually do some door-to-door with me within 4 hours of the clinic, so that usually helps promote a little bit.
Mr. Jones?
Monthly report I submitted at the board at the last meeting. We got our stuff there a little earlier than usual. Again, we've had a couple shootings on the east side of the township. We did National Night Out for those over here. Pretty good success. We are doing a marathon in the city of Grand Heights this weekend, so be prepared for that, Westside residents. They will be going down Tanny Road, Chambers, Kinnear. So that's going to affect the traffic flow most of the day.
They put the sign about 3 weeks ago.
Good. But yeah, for those who live on the west side, just be prepared for that. Traffic's going to be a little crazy this week.
And there's a marathon coming through here on Sunday. Grandview's having their marathon come up with you. Yeah.
I submitted my monthly report to the board. There's one property in particular that I pointed out to include a photograph of the problem that we're dealing with. I'm a little frustrated with that one. I contacted Franklin County Public Health. They sent a letter to the property owner in Florida. I sent a letter, and Franklin County Zoning sent a letter. So all certified letters were received by the property owner, and we did not get any response from him at all. So Public Health was over talking to the person that rents. They're on a voucher for the property. They aren't able to take care of it. They're in a wheelchair. They don't have the money to pay for the trash. And obviously that's our problem. One of our problems, the big problem, is all the trash. So we're waiting for the final date to come up, which is this week. And then they're going to go ahead and submit it to the prosecutor's office and move forward with the prosecution on that particular property. There is a local management company, but nobody knows who it is, so we can't reach out to them and try to talk to them, and obviously we can't locate a phone number for the owner in Florida. So we're a little bit stuck, and it is a really bad problem. It's probably one of the worst ones that I've dealt with since I've been here. So we have that one, and then we've also been having problems, and Elmar can speak to that. We have somebody dumping large amounts of furniture between Radford and Norman in the alley. I got flagged down last week by an individual who lives over there, and he said he saw a vehicle, gave us a description of it. I'm pretty sure that Davis received that same information as well. I passed it on to Sergeant Reeves on second shift, and he found what he thinks might be the suspect vehicle. So I'm going to grab a photo of that today, and we're going to be doing some more investigation on that. We need to put it into this because I know the last week when they pulled over, they filled up 2 dump trucks full of stuff from the alleyway. So this is a real problem. So we want to get the person identified, get photographs of them doing it, and then we'll hand it off to Franklin County. They have a detective assigned to the environmental court, and they will take that case forward for prosecution. So we can put it into that.
How old is the individual that lives in that property that's in a wheelchair?
I don't know, I've never seen them. So I have no idea. I can check back with Public Health and see if they can give me an idea of the age of the person.
I'm just thinking that could be a potential phone call to Adult Protective Services.
Sure.
Because I would hate for them to get displaced because something is out of their control.
Right.
But if the property is that bad, then of course the landlord should absolutely be
I
held
agree.
accountable.
I can reach out to Chris Coakley from Public Health and get some information about the person he spoke with, and whatever I find, then I'm gonna pass it on, see if we can get somebody there to check on their building. Yes, if we had some, but we're currently working on that as well. And we can't just do 1 or 2 because you got to get it in and out. we have to have at least us to actually put it up, so we're looking into purchasing those so we can capture those.
Thank you.
Does that house have a ramp?
Pardon?
Does that house have a ramp? Do they have a way to get out of that house? I'm looking at
Yes. The picture I sent to you, I believe
Yeah.
there's a ramp on the front.
Is
That's
there-
the side.
Okay. Yeah, so, oh, I do see the ramp there, okay. Because also, like Jess is saying, I mean, I wonder if Department of Aging or whatever would have some kind of stipend for trash services or something. Okay. Great.
Apologize in advance, I have a sinus issue going on. I submitted my monthly report to the board last week. Just to kind of touch base on what Ann spoke about, we have picked up a lot of illegally dumped things in the alley. This past month alone, from Ward, Melrose, and Radnor Alley, we picked up a total of 5 loads. So that's 5 full dump truck loads. Consisting of 7 mattresses, a couch, shopping carts, drywall, trash, just a bunch of other miscellaneous items. Seems like it's the worst it's ever really been. I'm not really sure what's going on. These people are seeing that we're picking it up now, so they're saying, "Oh, free service here. I don't have to go pay for the dump," you know. But it's really bad. Just kind of touch base on that. The crew also put up the new tree light flags at here at Children's Chambers, at 3820 Cleveland Avenue in Veterans Park. Those are the white flags that hang outside with the American flags. And the crew cut back a bunch of overhanging brush. I was blocking a couple of the sidewalks on the east side of the township. We're currently trying to make our way over here as well to cut back overhanging brush that's blocking the sidewalks, or not sidewalks, but the street signs and the road view so that there's no blind sides. With the wind storms we've been having, we're a bit caught up right now with all the brush that's been out. If you've driven around, there's quite a bit out there, so just a bit caught up with that right now. Excuse me. Crew also cut back all the overgrown brush and grass in Cell, Case, Ward, and Melrose Alley. We also picked up the trash and mowed all of the islands that are along Cleveland Avenue.
You should combat pay for that.
What's that?
You should combat pay for that.
Right. Hazardous pay for sure.
Wow.
The crew picked up a total of 15,820 pounds of brush and chipped a total of 5,000. That's all.
And then the cone was missing at the corner. Sales in Gerard was there yesterday. It was gone
It's been gone since last week.
over that
There
sinkhole.
was a sinkhole where the water line was bored.
Right. But the
If you
cone was
actually-
there
if
for
you
so
actually go on
long.
the blacktop, you'll find 25 sinkholes.
Well,
Because when they were boring it, they overpressurized the jet and shot upward. And when they blacktopped, they just blacktopped over, so they're filling the holes in.
wow. Get that backhoe over here, start digging.
We're gonna
I got free sprinklers for the neighbors.
I'm gonna camera that pipe, the concrete pipe that goes across the river, I'm gonna camera that from the inside to see if I can see what the issue is before we dig down. See if we have to put a new pipe in, or maybe we just get down to concrete, encasing the concrete, backfill.
It's a lot of recruiters. I was hoping to just warn for water line and then better.
What year did they do the boring?
I didn't look it up.
I thought that was suspicious because it's trying in line with the.
Yeah, all of them line right up through water line. Like, explained to the guy when I got home, that it's like it's gravel wash my driveway, they just overpressurized.
Weird to say, I do think, on the North, and I'm gonna find it after the meeting, on the North London, discussion page, they have some videos of some people illegal dumping. I'll find those. I don't think they were in the township, but they're city. Yeah, they were city, but like also could be the same person, so I'll just kind of set this. Cause they were dumping a lot.
Yeah, I got a video of someone's yard, and it just shows over the fence, the truck, the person getting out and dumping
Oh, that's probably.
7 mattresses.
Yeah.
Okay. Community affairs,
Submitted my monthly report. Some of the highlights were, of course, with Macy Welch, we had a lot of projects, and we did the newsletters. We did the special edition newsletter. We set up the Instagram account. We have 12 followers with that, so if you haven't signed up for that, please do. And then we also, of course, did the community engagement strategy as a draft, and I want to touch base on that real quick, simply because if this is something we're interested in doing, what I'll need from each department, is information from each department in order to make this a completed success. So if it is something that we're interested in, let me know. If not, then I will not spend any more time, energy, or effort on it. So I just wanted to touch base on, I gave everybody copies of it at the last meeting. I'll be happy to give it to you again in electronic form when I get back from vacation. This is a annual report, which a lot of organizations and townships typically do produce on an annual basis. So I just wanted to touch base on that because it was one of our most prominent projects that we
I
made it
have
a
that
goal.
one since I wasn't at the last meeting.
I sure will.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Absolutely.
Deborah, if you could send that out, and then
Mhm.
I'd love to see that at our September workers meeting, if we discuss that on the agenda.
Been working on updating the master mailing list. So each time we send out the newsletters, we mail them out. Sometimes we get a few returns, sometimes we get a lot returned. So I'm going to actually go to some of the addresses that were returned, because I got a whole slew of them on Ferris that I'm suspect on if they're really vacant or not, and make sure that those people, if they're in those homes, get their newsletters. And so that's an arduous task, but it's something that needs to be done, because if a house is vacant for each cycle that we mail out newsletters, we take them off the list. And then we revisit them again maybe a year later.
Deborah, really quickly, do we send a newsletter to our businesses?
We do not. We can, and I'll be happy to get a cost on that for you. Mm-hmm.
I think we should.
Yeah, they never have. In fact, this is something that I actually just had a conversation with Sergeant Burr about. We can go into a little bit more later, but it was a strategy on reaching out to more businesses for donations for that Heroes and Helpers. So we'll table that until I get back from vacation and see what that looks like, along with what our business, township business website, what we want to do with that as well, because that's something that if we're going to develop it, we need to put it together. If we don't want to develop it, then we need to take it off the website. Community excuse me, created the letters that we directly hand delivered, along with the information on a lot of the other events to all the businesses on both the North Linden side of the township, Northern Lights, as well as the west side of the township. We actually went in and did a face-to-face engagement with all the businesses in both of those shopping centers and handed them all of the flyers for all the activities that we had going on in this summer, along with the National Night Out, the chat with the trustee, the zombie viewing, and of course the community litter sweep. We tailored letters to each specific business at Northern Lights to talk about the community litter sweep and what the intent, purpose, and goal was. And we are going to revisit that. Chief Fraley said that it's very doable for us to have quarterly litter sweeps in that specific area. So that's something that we are going to try to make happen every quarter. Because it's not a one and done. I mean, I drove by there a few days after we did the litter sweep, and it's not a one and done. We also sent a letter directly to DLC as well to let them know, basically what we were doing, thanking them for their support. My information I got from Dan was that they have been very cognizant of cleaning up the area and supporting the businesses and trying to keep that area as clean as possible. So a lot of conversations with a lot of the business owners may not agree with that. But at any rate, we did a development of a complete entire neighborhood block watch program as well as created a handbook. It's on the police website. The handbook walks people through exactly how they can go about creating their own and organizing their own community block watch for their neighborhoods. And then we've been leveraging our monthly newsletter as well as a special edition newsletter to also ensure that people are aware of this program so we can get everybody on board to help us keep the crime down in the neighborhood. Which, by the way, I also just posted the police statistics for the month. And then Chief Rayleigh, if you or Lieutenant Brown want to send me the flyers, I can send those out by the end of the month for July as well. As you probably noticed on Facebook, assuming that everybody, is following our Facebook page, if not, sign up. We did create a National Night Out video promo, and we also did a promotional video for the zombie house as well. Did everybody have an opportunity to see the videos on the Facebook page? And then Josh, you mentioned something about wanting to do a video for some type of chat initiative coming up. I remember in a meeting that we had here a few months ago where you had an idea on doing that, so we'll get together on what kind of vision you have for that video that you want to get developed. Updates on road closures. As you know, we've had numerous road closures, primarily in the north or in the east part of the township. I've been communicating closely with Franklin County engineers, making sure I get the most current information and get that information pushed out ahead of time so no one's surprised about anything that's happening in the township when they go down a street and have to get inconvenienced by construction. Kroger bag promo, that's a big thing. We just pushed that out in our last e-newsletter, and that ends on the end of next month, I believe. And so we'll be pushing out another promo when I get back, as well as a reminder to folks about the Kroger bag. Is everybody aware of the Kroger bag and what it is? It helps fight hunger. People buy the bag for $2.50. A portion of that gets filtered through the chat program and help support the anti-hunger initiative.
Has anybody been, so I went and bought mine on Morris Road, but there was no signage or anything.
I couldn't find it when I was in there the other day. I went in there specifically to look.
Yeah, so I went in there first and they didn't have any, and then I went back like a week later and they had them, but no signage. But then I was just in the Gahanna one and they had like, these bags go to blah blah blah. So like our Kroger's isn't saying who they're going to, or now they're not even there. It's just on Morris Road, yeah. You
So
couldn't
where
find-
did they have to know? I
They were
looked
just
all
at the
around
end of the aisle.
register.
Yeah,
I
they were
couldn't
just
find
on the
them.
end of the, I wonder if they were gone. But yeah, no, I bought mine a couple weeks ago. But I'm just hoping it goes to Cat and it goes to somebody, but there's no. there
Do
was
we
no
have a
sign.
point of contact with Kroger that we can reach out to and say, hey, where's the bags? Because
Yeah,
people
I did.
saying they can't find the bags.
Whatever it would be in the emails.
Okay.
you can share.
I'll revisit those when I get back from vacation.
I can email,
Okay,
I'll email her.
Yeah. that'd be great.
Because I know other stores have advertised who the money's going to and everything.
Okay, so real quick, just wrapping it up. August is Traffic Safety Awareness Month, how appropriate with all the construction going on. So we're kind of tying everything in on having people be aware, watch out for the construction traffic, try not to run any construction people over. No, I mean, that's not funny, but I mean, it's a thing. With all the construction traffic, stay off your cell phone. So everything's kind of tied into the Traffic Awareness Month. Traffic Safety Awareness Month. Chief mentioned Grandview Yard Marathon event. That's the marathon is this Sunday. Sergeant Byrd did mention that it would probably behoove us if somebody, you or Morgan or somebody can let the pastor know at the church, or maybe, I don't know.
They have signs up.
Oh, they do, okay, okay,
Yeah, our
okay.
officers are gonna be out here working at events, so if you need anything, to stop, see one of our officers, we'll take care of it.
Okay, right on. And then, moving forward, we did the updated transient vendor agreement form. So we took all the information off of Code's website, we put all the new and current information on Police's website. So the transient vendor is now on Police's website. We also have a little AI, image for, on that website for the time being as a placeholder. And what we probably will want to do is make people aware that this is a thing. So I guess right now we will probably want to pause to talk about what that communication looks like. I do know if you go on Facebook and you type in the search transient vendor in Ohio townships, you'll get tons of different people and how they advertise their transient vendor program. I can easily put something together and just do it myself if that's the direction we want to go, but I have tons of examples on letting people know that this is a thing and what they need to do. You know, if somebody comes knocking on their door and what the vendor needs to have as far as an ID, etc. So do you want to talk about that now, or you want me just to put something together when I come back from vacation and run it up the flagpole and everybody says, yeah, that's great, and we'll just move forward?
I think we can come back, that'd be great.
Okay, and these are some of the examples. I only printed one copy for the sake of cost effectiveness.
It's on the website. I mean, I'm not opposed to it going out like on Facebook, like just like this kind of thing, and then directing it to the website.
And then we can also leverage our monthly newsletter for September and mention it as well. If I have time to put something together for that, if not, we can do it not only on Facebook, but we can also leverage our fall winter newsletter, which is right around the corner, to use as an article in that as well.
Yeah.
And then something that came up in the chat with the trustee was the noise resolution. Again, since that's been finalized and it got through the court system apparently, is this something that we want to push out? Again, the examples that I printed out, townships do announce that they have noise ordinances or resolutions, and they let people know what they need to do specifically if they want to report or have a complaint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is something that you want me to put together again and just run it up the flagpole when I come back from vacation, and we can also, again, leverage in the newsletter or newsletters to make people aware as well, social media.
Is that also something that we should consider pushing out to businesses that have noise? Like, it wouldn't make sense to give it to Foot Locker, but like
The bars.
the bars, restaurants, coffee joints, places that are maybe 24/7, especially.
Noisy places.
Oh, yeah. So the noise ordinance was passed.
Right. We're just saying we want to get it out there. And so how do we,
I couldn't hear what the thing.
right, yeah, I think like for our next meeting, we need to be closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that, to, you know, I have a teacher voice. So how do we get that out there? Do we want like Deborah to work up something similar to this transient vendor thing?
If we can get it out to the businesses, I think that's a good idea. But the problem is if we get it out to everybody in the residential area, they're gonna call when everybody has a parking dog. I mean, we got some of that stuff. The fireworks issue, we're still kind of working through that right now.
Yeah, the fireworks issue, we talked with Joe, we're gonna hit that in the spring newsletter. We'll do like a big,
Yeah, so a lot of it has to do with liquor, the liquor permit holders, not so much the residential areas. We can kind of incorporate that for like the large parties or whatnot. But yeah, it's, the business is primarily more the light shopping center, the liquor store and the bar over there that we've had a lot of issues with. So we're trying to curtail that over there.
We still have that bar down the street there?
I'm sorry?
Is that bar even still down the street there?
Yeah, speak on that.
Close reviews.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's good.
With the examples I found, again, with the noise ordinance, again, it does matter to me, whatever you guys decide, is going out on social media. So what that means is that when they push it out on social media, who's ever following that township or organization's, municipality's page, they're aware that they have a noise resolution and they're getting instructions on exactly what they need to do,
Right.
moving forward.
And I think we talked, like, I talked to Assistant Chief McCoy about it, and he, wants people to know specific things, like, the police have to hear it.
Right.
Like, you call in and they get there and they have it. So
And-
there's kind
yes.
of, like, maybe in the fall newsletter we do.
Yes, and those are the
Because I do think it's
specific
important-
things that I need to know.
Yeah,
So
and
like,
so I
so
think
we
that-
can make sure
Let's hold
whatever
off on it
message
for a
we're
little
sending
bit,
is the
and then-
message we want to send.
Yeah, because I think that we do need to follow up with residents, because a lot of residents that follow Facebook and whatever know that we approved this ordinance, but now we need to tell them it's in effect. But I think we can also hit the
When does
businesses
the
too.
next newsletter go out to residents?
It would be.
The next newsletter you'll get right before Halloween, the one that gets mailed. However, we do have an electronic newsletter that you can sign up for right on the front page of our website. Or you can just send me your information, your email. I got my cards here, and I'll be happy to sign you up. You'll get a newsletter in your,
Notifying residents, you can put it in there.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
definitely, and maybe we even do like a interview with the police, and we talk about that.
we'll do a video.
We just gotta make sure that we direct them to the information about the noise ordinance, that they're just not calling the phone because, the dog park.
Exactly.
That's an exemption. There's several exemptions. It's just not, if it's noise to you, you call and you get something done.
I
You
feel
don't want
like
to be
that's,
bombarded
yeah.
with phone calls.
I would
They
say
need
just
to.
put a notice in there that says it's been passed, go to the township website, and have it listed on
For
the
the
township
list.
website.
Before you call,
Yeah. Go
I
on
do
the
believe
phone
Jess
and
read
set
in that
it.
email that it was a noisy cat too, remember that one?
So what I'd like to do, first step, is get a copy of the resolution. If you can send it to me electronically, then I can develop the web page. Then we'll talk about pushing out the communication and what that's going to look like. And one last thing with flexibility, I need everybody, we need everybody to have their business cards up at in the front desk in the lobby, please. There's several missing, so. I can let you know who has them and who doesn't, but if you're interested, just ask me on the down low, and I'll let you know if yours is there or not. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, appreciations. I'd like to start out with Tiffany and coordinating the event Saturday night. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. Good job.
Yes, well, thanks to everybody that
Fire department turning
Yeah.
dining
Yeah.
and making it happen in their quarters. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I got a lovely letter back from A&E. I had sent them a picture of the four of us with the Har family. They were very excited, and Dan, you got a big shout out from Tommy when he was talking about how awesome the code compliance is here in Clinton Township and how you would stop by.
Goes a lot further than people think.
So,
Well, they did keep commenting on how hospitable and how easy everybody in the township was, so easy to work with. We appreciate it very much.
yeah, no, it was. I think they had a great time, and they really loved fire trucks.
Tiffany got a card autographed by them all, and
Yeah. We'll do
between her and I
something
were talking about getting some pictures from the event and putting in a frame in the front lobby, like the same size as the
Yeah.
other one.
It was really fun, and I actually think it worked out way better being in the fire bay than it would have been like in the dark, like over there. But
With
I do
bugs.
still wanna, yeah, with the bugs, I do still wanna do something in the community gardens, because I really think, and after seeing like all the fire people around the fire pit, I'm like, we need to have a fire pit out there for them, like when they're hanging out waiting for a fire. Like, that was just, well, I'm not that, you know what I mean, but like,
We can start some fires if that's what it takes. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, like, I just think that was really
S'mores with the
nice.
firefighters.
People love to come out there and make those s'mores and make the hot dogs, and so it was really great. So thank you to everybody for making my obsession become a reality. So,
We used to live over here after Halloween,
yeah, it was,
playground.
yeah, yeah, I think that we need to have more of those kind of just fun events, and it was great.
I have a couple appreciations. I do want to appreciate Kathy and Tiffany for stepping in with the budget work group while I was out on leave. And I would like to say thank you to everyone who checked on me, came to visit me, brought me yummy food while I was off on leave for my surgery. Obviously, everything went very well. No major complications. Just an up and down recovery, and my emotions are still very up and down. But I'm back to work at the city full time, and then of course I'm back here. So I look forward to changing my attitude to get back into a work mode, because I've been struggling the last couple of weeks with a pretty bad attitude. And then one last appreciation. So yesterday, the defendant that was waiting sentencing for the shooting of the 2 Midland officers happened. And I want to say I was taking like a quick break at work, and I was watching the live feed, and I just so happened to turn on the footage when they were showing the body cam footage from both of the officers. And they did not. Like, they showed everything. And it was a lot to watch. It was just one of those like humbling moments with just that reminder, because on a daily basis I'm always thinking about our police and what they do, and for people who, you know, everyone has their own view of police, but you know, it's just the amount of appreciation that I have for our police officers went through the roof yesterday after watching the live footage. You know, it's a job I could never do. It's as simple as you have a decision to make in a split second, and you hope that you make the right decision. And while that's probably on a daily thing for most of us, that's a lot of stress and pressure in that moment. And unfortunately, our society, as I go off on like a little rant, is, you know, like society places certain individuals on a pedestal, and society really has no business to do that, because at the end of the day, I'm a licensed social worker and an elected official, but I'm also human. And so I'm trying to make decisions that are in the best interest of my clients at the city, while still working with them on all of my social work values and morals of self-determination, self-advocacy, and not taking anything away from them. And then the same thing with the township is, you know, every decision that I help to make, I'm keeping all of our residents and our employees right here, like at the front of my mind. And I mean, thankfully both officers recovered, but it was super intense, and I'm just very appreciative for our very small but mighty police department.
And in the video, it didn't show it, Officer Struble and Sergeant Reeves were the ones going to tourniquets on those officers. They were first officers on the scene. So we did mention at the time, because it was an ongoing case with our guys, the sheriff's deputies that responded, we were the ones that took initial critical care of these guys before the medics got there and got them loaded up to the hospitals. That's our side. And I talked to the chief yesterday, for Midland, they have a new acting chief, they're coming out Chief Briggs left for another position in Muscatine County, so she's taken over and talked to her yesterday after they had the press briefing and stuff, so we've been working with her, you know, kind of up to speed on things. We're looking to put a levy on in November, and from what she says, if that levy doesn't pass, then we're going to close the case.
Public comment?
If you just wanna say, do you have the pictures back from my daughter that she took with everybody? I'm filing I've got them all like sorted, so I'll send them on to each department, but then, I'll get with Dave, because I know he wants to do something special with all of them, so. But they're great, they're really, they came out really nicely, and the people that did I think there's about 5 or 6 people that didn't have their pictures taken. You as well, because you were out of town, we can do the backdrop and get those taken.
That the daughter that's in
The photographer,
school.
no, the one in Colorado, she was here for a week, so she came in and took everybody's pictures, so, they're really nice.
We have to wait for her.
No, we can just take them, yeah.
All right. All right. Move to adjourn. No.
Second? Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.